When we first met Sue, she wanted to lose 15 pounds. Now, she wants something much bigger. She wants to become the healthiest version of herself, not for the next 6 weeks, but for the next 30 years. Hi, I'm Dr. Bill Pierce. After more than 4 decades treating patients, I've learned that lasting health rarely comes from dramatic changes. It comes from consistently stacking good habits. Today, I want to introduce Sue to 3 final tools that can help her continue building a much healthier future. The first tool is something called intermittent fasting. You may have heard of it. Sue's already cleaned up her diet. She's now ready for another challenge. 3 days each week, she practices an 18-hour fast with a 6-hour eating window to follow. She still eats enough protein. She still eats nutritious meals. She simply shortens the amount of time she spends eating each day. Why? Because periods without food trigger important adaptations inside the body. During fasting, insulin levels generally fall. The body becomes more efficient at using stored fat for energy. Fasting also stimulates cellular response pathways associated with something called hormesis. The idea that mild, manageable stress can strengthen the body's resilience. Fasting is also associated with increased autophagy. You may have heard of that name before. A normal cellular housekeeping process involved in recycling damaged cellular components. Cleans the cells up. Her action step, 3 days a week. She's going to eat a normal dinner around 6 p.m. and then not eat again until perhaps noon the next day. This is called an 18-6 window. She stays hydrated. She can use black coffee or unsweetened tea if desired, and she breaks her fast with a high-protein meal the following day. Tool number 2, sunlight. One of the simplest longevity habits costs nothing. Sunlight. Sue now spends at least 15 minutes outdoors every morning whenever practical. Morning light in particular helps regulate her internal body clock. It supports better nighttime sleep. It improves daytime alertness. It encourages regular daily rhythms that influence hormones, her mood, and metabolism. And if more time outside is possible, that's even better. Her action step, spend at least 15 minutes outside every day trying to get sunlight directly on her face. She can walk, she can read, she can drink some coffee, she can pray, she can stretch. She just needs to get outside and enjoy the sunshine. Tool number 3, modern metabolic medicine. Now let's discuss a topic that's changing medicine at this time. This could become the biggest health decision Sue makes relative to making lifelong changing health statuses. We've already introduced peptides, but as a final step, I want to introduce another GLP receptor antagonist, another peptide. You may have heard of it with names like Ozempic or trizipatide or retatrutide. These medications were originally developed to help manage diabetes. Today, they've come so far. They're now being utilized successfully to help people with obesity and excess weight achieve clinically meaningful weight loss. When prescribed appropriately, they can reduce appetite, increase fullness after meals, help patients lose significant amounts of body fat, most importantly, visceral fat. In fact, studies show that after 3 to 4 months of use, 44% of abdominal liver fat can be taken away. It also helps blood sugar regulation, and it creates a metabolic reset. For someone like Sue, who has built a strong nutritional foundation and is exercising consistently, these medications provide a huge boost to both seeing as well as feeling like a brand new person. Remember though, peptides, though they're not a substitute for healthy habits, they're a tool. Just like strength training is a tool, just like fasting is a tool. The foundation is still the most important. So, tying this all together, Sue now understands something that many people never learn. Health isn't one decision. It's hundreds of good decisions repeated consistently. She eats quality food. She prioritizes protein. She walks. She strength trains. She protects her sleep. She improves her posture, her mobility. She spends time outside. She uses intermittent fasting strategically, and she utilizes peptides, GLP-1s, GLOW, MOTS-C, which are helping her transformation. She isn't chasing perfection, she's building momentum. So, in closing, when we first met Sue, she hoped she could change. She's come so far with some time and consistency, and she's going to rebuild her new self. She knows she can because today she has the blueprint and the desire to really change. So next time, and in our final episode, I'm going to take you through an entire day in Sue's life, from the moment she wakes up until she goes to bed at night. You'll see exactly how these habits fit into real life, because longevity isn't built around occasional great decisions. It's built by ordinary decisions repeated extraordinarily well. And that's exactly what Sue is learning to do. Thank you. I look forward to seeing you for our final episode within the next week.